We are back. It's our last segment. You know, this is what happens, Dr. O'Donnell, sometimes with the program. You know, we don't get a ton of calls right off the bat because they're listening, feeling out, and then they all come at the end of the show. We only have one more segment and a bunch of calls.
Oh.
So, okay.
Well, I can run through them real fast.
Certified Herbalist and Nutritionist. We'll do the best we can. We'll get to as many of you as we can. Let's go next to Don. Don, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Don. What's on your mind?
Well, I'm 62 years old, and I wanted to know his opinion on taking the supplement DHEA and what it really does.
Well, yeah, good question, Don. As you get older, of course, your DHEA levels diminish significantly, like just about everything else. So DHEA is an anti-aging supplement. You should take 50 to 100 milligrams a day. Should, first of all, go and have your blood checked by your doctor. Get a full blood panel. Everybody who's watching the program this morning should have a full blood panel. Gives you an indication of where you're at with your health, whether your LDL, HDL, your blood pressure, your homocysteine, C-reactive protein. These are biomarkers for cardiovascular disease, and of course the DHA levels can regulate your entire body. It's like the distributor cap on your car. So definitely you want to have that checked. It's very, very important.
Real quick, there are doctors out there. It can be very expensive. It's a little controversial. What about human growth hormone?
Yeah, for some people, human growth hormone is a rage in Hollywood. Doctors, and
right.
I say this,
so you're there, and the actors,
they make a lot of money.
It can reverse the aging problem. I mean, and athletes sometimes have used it for performance, but I'm talking about people taking the injections that then almost, you know, it reverses the aging process to some degree on some of them, but yet it's been linked, I've heard, to some kinds of cancers.
The jury is out on that. I personally do not do that.
Yeah.
If you wish to do some anti-aging protocols, get a topical cream, DHEA cream that you can get from your doctor. Rub it on your arms, rub it on your thighs, rub it on your stomach. I was actually driving in a car with a colleague and friend of mine. We went to university together, and there was a female, and her husband was a doctor, and she took out a needle and injected her stomach with the HGH as we're driving. But she sounded like Rod Stewart, Tom Jones, and me together, because her voice was gone, and she was speaking with a male voice, even though she was female. Totally. And in Hollywood, I see everything.
I know. I was going to say
it's $30,000 a year for some people. They all want to look glamorous.
Right.
They want to have this beautiful skin and teeth, but no breasts. It's like ridiculous. Or big breasts.
Or big breasts, yeah. Plastic surgery capital of the world.
Plastic surgery.
Southern California.
Everybody is dying to look good.
I mean, you look great, but you're not messing with that stuff.
I don't mess. You see that? I'm what you see is what you get.
You don't have any breasts.
No breasts at all. I do, but just
I know, but you have male breasts. All right,
male breasts, yeah.
Tina. Hi, Tina. Good morning.
Morning. I have a few things to say. First of all, I think that there's nothing wrong with eating whole grains, wheat, or whatever. Of course, if there's something in the grain based breads that you're allergic to, then that's different. The second thing is the only meat I avoid is pork. I think that's the most hideous thing. And third, I want to ask the doctor if he eats seafood. He says he's a vegetarian, and there's apparently a couple different types. So do you eat seafood or not? Thanks.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Not at all. I don't eat any seafood, and here's why. And not to be disrespectful to seafood or the seafaring people that fish for a living, because being a farm boy from Ireland, I grew up on the water, and I watched my brother-in-law fish all the time. Most of the seafood are bottom feeders, and so you want to avoid bottom feeders as much as possible, particularly the lobster. My sister had a shrimp cocktail, and she suffered from toxic shock syndrome as a result of all the mercury, so you want to be careful with that. Wild salmon is the way to go. But most of the stuff now is farm raised. Our country and our society and our environment has changed dramatically. It's fast food. It's instant food. People don't have the patience or the time, as Nick and I have been talking about, to sit down and have a real meal. So be very cautious with foods from the bottom of the ocean, particularly the bottom feeders, because they can be very toxic for you. I just avoid them, and you're right about some of the grains. Some of the grains affect people, particularly as they cross the blood-brain barrier. They can cause, there's a book out called Wheat Brain or Wheat Belly. It can cause some issues. But balance is the key. Find out what you enjoy. Enjoy your life.
I have a friend that works out with me at the gym who must be pushing 90, and he has every day for breakfast peanut butter on Ezekiel bread.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm talking? I don't know if you've heard of Ezekiel bread.
Yeah,
it's in most stores now, and there's others like it. Very high in grains, and it's non-processed, really.
Yeah, a lot of people can take the grains, and a lot of people cannot.
Right.
I switched my diet when I came from Ireland to America, so now I'm gluten-free, wheat-free, and I just enjoy that. It's good for me.
It's what works for you. I got you.
All right. Works for you.
Let's go next to, I think we've got Tony. Hi, Tony. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Come on, Tony. What you got for us?
Thank you for taking the call.
Sure.
Listen, when I was in the VA hospital, I kept telling doctors from Vanderbilt, there was about 20 of them coming around, that I'm used to taking tonics from my grandmother, so homemade remedies, and they scoffed at me and made fun and all that stuff, said we come more advanced than you can that. You get that junk out of your mind, don't use this and that. But it's always worked for me and my brothers.
What kind of tonics?
Homemade tonics and remedies.
Like, okay, you have an example like of something, like if you had a cold, or what would you take?
Well, she made some kind of cocktail. My grandmother would always come visit when we got sick, because we couldn't afford a doctor, you know, so many of us. And she made some kind of cocktail out of some kind of home remedy, like wine and some kind of other stuff she mixed in with. You
know what that makes me think of? And we were up against near the end, but like hot toddies or something like that with lemon and honey and maybe a little tiny bit of whiskey.
Gargle for your throat. That's very common in Ireland. Hot whiskey. Rick knows about that because he's gone to Ireland. A little coffee thrown in there, a little sugar stirred in there.
Sure.
And gargle it and then drink it. Of course, it's good for a sweat. The key is to get your lymphatic system working as effectively as you can.
So when you work out, you want to work up a big sweat.
You want to get a sweat. I have a sauna in my house. I use that too.
Yeah.
Get the lymphatic system going. Move your body. Swim, bowling, tennis. Watch your carb intake. Don't eat late at night. Be prayerful, be mindful, be respectful, connect with your family. Live life as joyously as you can.
One of our callers was asking, is for the lymphatic system, you mentioned earlier the trampoline, that kind of exercise, can that
Trampoline is amazing.
What is it that, I love trampolines just because they're fun, as long as you don't fall off.
You're increasing the circulation like the lady talked about, so it's like a rebounder. You got to hold on. I know someone that got on one and they didn't have a bar to hold on to. They ended up on the dirt. So you got to be careful. So that's really important. But you can get one, a smaller one at the house. You can just hold on to the bars and you're basically just bouncing up and down.
Yep.
And that increases the circulation. Very good for the lady that called in because she had arthritis in her hands. That's going to help you tremendously. That hot bath we talked about, putting your feet in hot water, doing the cayenne, doing the ginger, juicing with the things that we talked about earlier, and moving your body as much as possible. And of course, always be thankful and grateful for the great life you have, because we're free. We live in America.
Real quick, let's see if we can get Jorda. Jorda, are you there, Jorda? Is it Jorda on 4? I wasn't sure. Was she? Jorda, are you there?
Hello, this is Bob.
Go ahead, Bob.
Okay. What do you think of the numbers just being malnutrition? You know, they don't get enough protein, potatoes. They can't think straight. I'm concerned about the whole children and the politicians.
Well, okay. Bob sometimes brings politics into it, but in terms of malnutrition, feeding the world, children, and whether or not, really in this country, all right. You know, my son, he ate hot tamales and McDonald's and sodas in high school. And we tried to watch him, okay? But after a while, he likes some of that. That's what he's had. Now, I hope he outgrows that. But we have an obesity issue. He's not obese. But that's what I worry about with kids these days.
Clinical obesity. We have, this is the first generation, Nick, where children will die before their parents. We have too much food. We throw away 50 million tons of food a year in the United States. We're the most overfed, undernourished, overmedicated nation in the world. So balanced, we generally get enough protein on a daily basis. We have socioeconomic status and disparity, certainly in this country. We also have a lot of malnourishment, a lot of poor people. I have a ministry for the homeless in LA. I try to help as many people as possible. I just do a small bit. I wish I could do more. I want to do more, but a busy lifestyle stops me from doing some stuff. But that's not an excuse. I need to do more. We all need to do more. We all need to help the homeless. We have the largest homeless population in the United States in Santa Monica, California.
Isn't that amazing? Which is one of the richest places in the world.
With Hollywood as a backdrop.
I know.
And they sleep in doorways, and it's just not right. We've got to give back. We've got to farm and help our farmers as well.
Let's put up your information here, because some might want to. There it is. Now that phone number Now, is that your home phone number in Malibu?
No, you can call.
Okay.
That's my office after 9 Pacific time in Los Angeles. We're what are you, 2 hours ahead here? 3 hours ahead?
Yep.
So that's my office number.
818-575-7558. And you said there's a website?
RadiantGreens.com.
Okay, that's it. I guess that's it. Radiant Greens. Of course.
All my books are on there. All my DVDs, CDs, books are all on there. You should actually read those.
We could talk all day.
Thank you.
Fascinating, man. I wish we had more time.
Much.
Thank you for coming on, and I'm glad you enjoyed your visit.
Thanks to everybody here, and thanks to Brother Rick for making this happen.
We'll have you on again sometime.
Appreciate you.
Back with a programming note right after this. Thank you, Doctor.